All right, so let me pull this up. Let's see. No, it's telling me I'm open for work, LinkedIn. Please stop. I am trying to get clients. That is the open for work. All right, which I've kind of done. So let's do United States. Let's just do a broad United States one for this. And there we go. Oh, I just deleted the music. Sorry. Give me a second. Too many buttons, too many things. All right. And let's see. Yes. Log in. Let's go back. I will not have it on the same song so that y'all don't have to keep hearing the same song. Thank you, Chill Hops, for allowing me to do this. Let's go with this one. I don't know what song this is. I just downloaded a bunch of ones that seemed cool. So, there are 5,000 results. That is pretty solid. Experience level, date in the past week. So, all right. Structural engineer. So does this look correct? Structural engineer, 27 to 30 an hour, or the senior structural engineer is remote. Senior structural engineer, are those looking correct? I'm used to putting the thing now. I have to actually do it like this. So, are those correct? They look sort of correct, but I need to make sure. Engineering software, familiar with Revit, engineering license. Hey, Tuxedo Cat, got it. Okay, cool. So let's see. So these are the ones that you would apply for. So far I saw Revit. Overall, you just need a degree. You are, let's see, senior structural, bachelor's, PE license. Do you know what a PE license is? Is that something specific? I've not heard this before. This is a little bit of a new territory, although these are a lot very structural. Like, where's the non-senior positions? Structural engineer in Little Rock, Arkansas. 2 to 10 plus years of experience. That's very broad. Professional engineer. That's perfect. All right. Let's see. Project management, field investigation, location, and certs. Looks like we need to get a lot of certification. So you just started, and are you okay? Okay, fractured. So I have a question for you. Are you currently in Europe, or are you already in the United States and you have, because I'm not your personal recruiter for this, but your visa status will matter for this a lot. Okay, that's gonna be way tougher. So, oh boy. Okay, before I even get to the resume, I want to talk because I feel like a lot of people are not aware of how to do that. So, I know I'm in a mess to get. Okay, so do you have the visa? Is my question. Can you legally work in the United States? That is going to be the first question, because these positions can go very quick, and if you're not able to do it at the time of submission or hire, they will probably decline you. Okay. I think before the resume, like, yeah, visas are very hard because, like, people don't typically sponsor for that. Like, what you're like, based on your resume, right? You are a PhD student. You may be able to, and I want to be clear, I am not your lawyer. I am a recruiter with a bachelor's in psychology. You may be able to do some OTP. That was the word, OTP. So OTP might work for this. And then in addition, I'm not sure, because you've got like PhD stuff, right? PhD stuff, yeah, OPT. Okay, I forgot about CPT because it's been a while. But your bigger problem would be, in addition to that, is you might be overqualified for some of these positions. Like let's say, it's not that. Now I want fracture mechanic, not recruiter. Okay. No, it doesn't look like there's any fracture mechanic positions, or engineer maybe. So I don't want to like deflate your bubble, but if you're applying in the US, add an S, fractures engineer. Okay, it is. I mean, the resume isn't going to be the problem yet. Like, you're kind of putting I don't know if they have this saying in Europe, but the cart before the horse. You need the ability to physically work in the United States before you can apply to it. Some companies will sponsor, and because you have a PhD, it is maybe more possible, but delete the, yeah, maybe that might be it. But it's, I don't know how that's gonna be. So you might want to do maybe like a research position. Uh, yeah, that might be a good idea, Zomni. So like I want to help with the resume, but like it doesn't matter how good your resume is if you're not eligible to work in the United States, because almost every ATS and position in the United States is going to have a thing that says, are you legally authorized to work in the United States? And if you click no, we can't help you unless the position specifically like, you know, works with people like that. It's very rare. But saying that, there is an avenue that I don't know how much it is for this industry. There are companies that will essentially help get you your visa, but you're going to work for them on a contract basis. Those companies are going to probably work you to the bone, and it's going to suck, but it is a way to get into the United States without on your own. Other than that, if there are companies that have, say, sort of like a symposium or something, or like a big convention of people in your industry, and you go there and maybe network with people, they may have the ability to bring you into the United States, because that means their company might actually be able to do that. So I don't even know if I want to go over the resume, because I don't know if it's going to help yet, because also you would need CAD, because the positions I'm looking at here are also, it doesn't, like, you're overqualified for. They're not looking for someone with a PhD. They're looking for someone with a bachelor's in a couple of years. Okay. Yeah. So maybe we do this in Europe. It's just, and also, so I want to make sure that you're okay with that, because I don't know if we should really search in Europe or in the United States, because you will get knocked out by that question. Like, almost every time. That is a knockout question. It is not automatic, but coming from a recruiter that has used Workday, ADP, Taleo, and probably others that I forgot about, it shows basically answer this question with a no. And if you answer not able to legally work in the United States, that's usually a decline unless it's for a very specific position. So I am going to do Europe for this. Because, and again, I'm not yeah. Here's my search, and let's see if I'll find it. Let me see if this works. So, fracture mechanic. Okay, yeah, that looks solid. All right. Why did I do all right? Why did I do Matthew McConaughey turned into him? All right. So okay, these were. All right. So to be clear, fair warning, U.S. recruiter. I feel that most of the advice should sort of coincide, but also this is not my domain. I've only placed one person in Canada. That's my outside the U.S. experience. And then transferred one to one in Germany for one of the companies I work at. So, all right, engineering degree in aerospace. Okay, experience structural analysis, strong methods. Okay, here we go. Here's sort of what I'm looking for. Hypermeasurement of the German. Okay, that's fine. That is in French. I cannot help with that one. I cannot help with French. I do not know what those qualifications are. I can barely speak English. And I grew up with that language. So let's see. So these are at least some of the things that we're looking for. This is the Europe parts. This looks like it is written in English. Okay, I can read it. Sort of. Yep, that is what I thought. CAD and FEM and analysis. There we go. All right, that is what I expected. Clermont, France. Okay, cannot. A lot of France. A lot of stuff in France. All right, the occasional use of CAD and FEM. Okay, that is definitely going to be there. Structural, fracture. Okay, so I am at least now able to do this. So structure, fracture. Hello, strange person. Yes, Painted. I am here with my now done up hair. So I was able to actually shave because my razor broke for the last stream, and I wasn't gonna show up looking like a Seth Rogen character before the midpoint of the movie. Can we? Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. I mean, look, I have less experience with internships, to be clear. I don't like giving bad advice, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But I can try and do for internship stuff. I mean, that's really competitive. You're gonna want to be within the first hour of it, typically. So, all right. This is fine. So here's the keywords that I just found looking through these. There may be more in French, but I cannot speak French. So here is what we're looking at, Francis. Francis. Oh, like sysadmin too. Was that intentional? I don't know, but it was good. All right, so we do want CAD or CAE modeling. That was in a ton of the positions. Most of the ones I saw were in CAD, CAE, or FEM. I do not know what FEM is. I do know what CAD and the other stuff is. So let me see what this is. I'm sure you have CAD. You have CAD. That's not right. Okay. FEM. Okay, you do have FEM. All right, I'm already seeing problems with this. You are probably a very, very good engineer because you have over-engineered your resume, which I see a lot with engineers. Why do I have 2 water cups? Oh, right. And then we do new structure and fracture. So you have over-engineered this. And here's part of the problem. I can't tell for the French ones, but what I'm looking at, right? These are the things that the companies want. Basically, it's in the JD job description. You want to go down to your over-engineered resume sentence. Yes, yeah, that's it. I mean, I can tell engineers because they over-engineer it, which means you're probably very good at your job. But these are bad job descriptions. But essentially, you're going to want to find what they include in the job description, particularly the qualification section. So stuff like this, right? FES, FEL, ANSYS, Workbench. And what you will notice is I don't see any of this in your resume. Like what I see is Italian and English, which, considering you're in an EU, is pretty beneficial. If you can list an additional language, that's fine. Then I see fracture mechanics. Okay, damage tolerance, FEM analysis. But I do want FEM analysis. But there's so much of this that the eyes can gloss over because recruiters, we look at a ton of resumes. I'm going to repeat that. We look at a ton of resumes. I'm going to repeat that again. A ton of resumes. We do go over them. We typically have about 6 to 12 seconds to look at each resume. And what you've done is you've done so much of it here. I mean, it's going to depend on the position and the type of recruiter, but realistically, maybe about 100 a week to maybe 100 a day, depending on it. It's going to depend entirely on if you're internal or external and your types of positions, whether you need some very deep sourcing or not, but you're going to see a ton of resumes. Internals, most of their job is actually coordinating all this stuff. The resumes are important, to be clear, but they don't have as much time, while the external recruiters are going to be doing like Boolean searches, which to find people, and they're going to be looking at a lot more. So I want to see those keywords, right? Like you can probably find a little bit more keywords than me, but I don't see CAD. I'm pretty sure you've done CAD. I see FEM analysis, but it's like right here. It should really be FEM analysis, CAD, and then like all this stuff is extra, right? This is too much. I don't want to see this. I don't like skill sections that are longer than 3 sentences or three lines. Sorry, not sentences, 3 lines, because it blurs the mind. And right now I can kind of find this, but after 100 resumes and you're kind of going like a decline, accept, decline, accept, your eyes can sort of gloss over and you don't know where to look. So they're going to probably look here. And they will see this, well, see fracture mechanics, but it's not FEM, it's FM. So they may think that's different. So I am going to say this. There is the basis of, what I try to tell people is the first one should be a basic summary of your job duties that even a toddler can understand. But you need to shrink this down to basically, I want you to think, Francis, do you have a relative or friend or somebody that is very, very tech illiterate, like anybody, like they need help turning on and off the monitor? Because I want you to pretend that they're the ones looking at this resume and they were giving a list, and if they have to search for FEM analysis or CAD or everything, it's probably going to be a decline because they're going to miss it because they got about 6 to 12 seconds. So in addition, proposed and experimentally validated. This is too technical. You are clearly smart. You are in PhD program. I am sure you are smarter than me. What you need to do is dumb this down so that somebody that does not understand your resume, and I want to be clear, that should only be the first sentence. The first sentence needs to be basic so that the person you know that cannot turn on a TV actually understands what you do. Yeah, I know, it's hard. It's very hard because you're good at your job and you know all the technical stuff. And the more you know, the more you know you don't know. But like proposed and experimentally validated accurate fatigue limit testing, predictive models for defective and noted notch materials. Okay, so like here's what I'm gonna guess of what you do. Here's what I'm gonna guess of what you do based on this. I am gonna guess that you test let's see, materials using fracture mechanic, uh, I don't know what fracture mechanic is, skills, whatever that is. So that we could determine if they are not broken. Yeah, so like again, that's only the very summary sentence. I want to be clear. Everything else should still be technical because you got to write for the recruiter and the hiring manager. And I mean, like, look, just do a broad overview. Like, I'm not sure what he does. I'm sure he's testing basically materials so that it doesn't break. But like, why are you doing it? I don't know, because a recruiter may not know that. So make this just basic. It doesn't have to include the keywords or anything or brags. You can just say like, you know, tested predictive models for defective or broken materials using fracture mechanics, that something, right? And then you're going to want to start putting all the rest of those keywords in. And this, I want this shrunk down. And I want to use the language they do. Is FEM the same as FM? I do not know. I have not worked on a fracture mechanic. This one's new to me. But if FEM is the same as FM, then you want to put FEM instead of FM, because that is what the jobs are calling it. Okay, got it. Well, then what we need to do is maybe say materials using fracture mechanics using FEM analysis, right? So, no, I mean, recruiters don't have... So here's the sad part is if somebody had the technical knowledge to do what you all do, because I'm assuming I'm talking to a lot of people that have a lot of degrees, they will probably do what you do because it would probably make more than recruiting, unless you're external, and external is very tough, which I'm finding out right now. So, like, if you have a background in mechanical engineering, why would you become a recruiter? If you have a background in being a coder, why would you become a recruiter? And in addition, it doesn't matter as much. Like, this, having the degree or the skill in the thing you're recruiting for is extra credit on the assignment. It can help. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't help. It can help. But fundamental recruiting practices will help you more than that. Yeah, but like if they're not able to get a job, that means recruiting in their industry is probably down, so they're probably not going to get a recruiter job anyway. Like, that's the catch-22. But like, you don't need to know what you're recruiting for. I mean, yeah, a bachelor is also something. Like, a bachelor is a little more understandable, but yeah, you can. It's just, that's kind of tough. So, I mean, look, refer them to the channel. I'll tell them what it's about. So, but yeah, that's why. So I want this to be less technical. I want to see the keywords closer and quicker. This is too many. You don't even need all this. You can do languages, a very brief thing that says skills, and then maybe software, and have it be a couple of words each. And then I want to see them in the bullets. This stuff needs to be in the bullets. Every single, well, not the language part, but everything else needs to be in the bullets. Needs to be in the bullets. Needs to be in the bullets. Okay, cool. All right. I totally forgot who was next in the list. I know somebody said it. Did anybody remember who was next in the list? I know there's a couple of people. We're gonna have a commercial break in a second, so but I will go to them after. But yeah, let me go to the next one, and once I remember who that is, let's see. I think it was No, man, there's a lot. Okay. Let's see. Delete that. Go back. Don't know whose list. All right. I'm gonna say. Oh wow, a lot more people. Tuxedo Cat Hat. I think you were next. I don't know if that's correct. No worries. No worries. I'm glad to help. And look. I wouldn't do this if I didn't enjoy doing it. Enjoy it. Fair warning. If you message me on my personal LinkedIn, I will probably just refer you back to the channel. This is the time I block out to help people. The other part is where I try to make a living so that I could support this stage of it. So, but yeah, I'm just glad to help because there's so much confusion and there's so many damn scam artists. So I hate it. I hate it so much. So let's see. Right up, we've got Tuxedo Cat Hat and Dungeon Master. First one to type in chat gets it. So really dual wielding water bottles, and I don't even know why. All right, Tuxedo Cat was first. Dungeon, you're next. Let's see this. All right, 42 software developer on. Wow, okay, a lot of software stuff. We're specifically okay. That is specific. Oh, right. I'm on the right thing. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. All right, and we are going to have a ad soon. So just be prepared. Okay, do this. Tuxedo hats. I am definitely going to need a better system for this. They're starting to get a lot more people. All right, which is very good, but still. Tuxedo cat hats. All right, let me just make sure you're not doxing yourself. Let's see that over there. And load, please. Load, please. Okay, sufficient. Okay. Solid. Okay, doesn't look like there's any doxing. All right. I feel the main problem is just lack of experience. I mean, partly yes. Also, the IT market is still bad. It went from unalive to on life support. So IT market is still very, very bad, especially in San Fran. Doesn't mean it's completely gone, but it's way tougher. Okay, good. Let's see. All right, there is a small change I would like to make to this, but I'm going to do the rest of it after the break. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that worked the thing. Okay, let's go back. Go back, computer. All right, that's fine. Let's see this. All right, and probably a break. Let me do that over there, brain. Software dev, full stack, front end, back end. Okay. What? JavaScript? C#. That's it. Okay, C# is what you're looking for. That makes more sense. And I have too many things. Let me lower that and go to here. Okay, there we go. So you are looking for front end, back end, whatever. Let's do this. Software engineer or back. Curse spelling and dyslexia. Back end engineer. Back engineer. Forgot, was back end one word? Back end. Yeah, 2 words. Okay. Back end engineer. Or front. Nope. That. Front end engineer. Or full stack. You can just do full stack. And let's do C#. That is what I'm going to add to this. All right. Because that is going to be where it is. Let's see. Only you can do it. Not in the European Union. We are going to go in Austin. That is where you would not Australia. Okay, let's do first. I have to go to United States. Bear, where are you? Where's the dog? Bear. Yeah. Don't fall. All right. And stay green screen. All right. Bear, hi. Come on, say hi to chat. Come here, Bear. Bear, come on. Can you be seen? Come on. Can I get you up? Oh, you do not like it. Hi, dog. There's the dog. I wanted to show you on the camera. You are a good boy. Yes. Yes, you are. Okay. Can I? Bear. All right. Tuxedo hats. Let's move back. Bear, what are you doing? Stop. Buddy. All right. Hey, Chili, welcome back. Yes, we got the face thing. And I got a green screen, which is not a green screen, but I am borrowing it. So, let's see. United States. There we go. We search this first. Then we're going to do Austin, Texas metro area. All right, let's see what this is. So 494 is not terrible. So by the way, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I actually changed the Boolean search I'm using for this. So I added C#. Most companies are going to want you to list your stack. Some don't because they care that you've done any, but most will list the stack. So in this case, C# is what I put. I added C# to the Boolean at the end of it. Yeah, I know. Well, it's because, like, you know, because it's so basic, right? Like, it's very, sometimes you need somebody to point something out. So that's very basic, but I just put it there. Now, date posted, we're going to do the last week to make sure they're fresh. 81, kind of tough. You're going to have to add stuff to the Boolean search to be clear, but this is just a basis. So C#, okay, consultant level, C#. I'm gonna basically, okay, desktop application. Yeah, these look correct, right? This looks like kind of what you're gonna be looking for. Let's see, how many people applied? Does it not say that anymore? That is interesting. 5 applicants, but that would not say it. Maybe nobody applied. Did they not show? Did they take that off because people were complaining? Okay, that's fair. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I mean, realistically, it's gonna be the stack. I think for your resume, company one, that's fine. I have a minor quibble right here. I think this should be single column. And I think it should look, so I think it should sort of look more like this. In the middle, obviously shrink it should be more shrunken. So, but I think it should sort of look like, brain. There we go. That, right? Actually, this should be after. So cut, doot. Also, make sure to put your LinkedIn. So, but yeah, you should structure it sort of like this so it's in the center. That way it's easier. Personal preference, not a huge deal, but I just like it like that. Languages are fine, but you kind of listed them all, right? And they're going to get, if they see them all listed, they get kind of burnt out on that. They typically want 1 or 2. You may want to basically just keep it. I mean, look, here's what kind of happens if you delete this, right? If you delete this, I don't know why I was holding my hand so you can see this. If you delete the skill section, the very first thing they see is C# and JavaScript, which I believe is going to be your stacks for a full stack developer, for at least in this position. And weirdly enough, your skills section is kind of taking it away because JavaScript is pretty common. But we do want to see that. In addition, and you're going to be like, what do you mean? This is basic. This is the I'm about to tell you the software equivalent of putting Microsoft Excel on an accountant's thing, is you need to put HTML because I'm assuming you've used it. I'm assuming that's what you do because that's what most front-end stuff is HTML, C something, and JavaScript. You want to put that in there. I have definitely seen people get discarded by other recruiters or some managers by not putting HTML in there. So I'm assuming you have done it. So put that in. And so I would even take out the skills, and then what you want to do at the very bottom, right? You can't see that. So make another bullet, right? So instead of this, put another bullet after this. Yeah, I know, right? Put another bullet after that. And then what you're going to want to put, and you're going to do this under each job, is technology used, or you can title it technology stack, whatever you want to call it. And then put C#, you put JavaScript, put HTML, you put CSS, I think it was. That's where you put all that stuff in, okay? You still want it in the bullets, but you want to put it there at the very end as well. Because managers don't like seeing these. They like seeing them in the bullets. This way it shows for 2 years, which, January, February, March, we're still in March, or plus 2 years, you have been using that skill. So put it there in the bottom. In addition, were you laid off, fired, or quit? Because this reads like you left in March. If you did, understandable. But if you didn't, if you're still employed, put current. Put current. absolutely put. Okay, got it. Then that's fair. All right, so researched. I mean, honestly, I like this already. This part, co-authored paper. Let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the actual bullets. So, software developer, company one, totally fine. Developed and maintained. I do not like the word maintained. I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, what does maintained mean? I know it means you kept it up, but whatever. Software that is used to create and store 78% of healthcare records in the United States. Developed and maintained software. Okay, you have the opposite problem with this one. Is you actually didn't give enough information. So this is under-engineered. So I like this. I think this is good. I think you could actually expound upon this, right? So developed and maintained, I think it does work for software specifically. Maintained, what software, right? You put the software X, which is used to create healthcare, create and store healthcare records in the United States. Store 78% of healthcare records. Like, I know that's a very small change, but just listing what it is pretty good. And I want to create developed and maintained X using XY, which is used, what is it? 78% of the companies. I'm assuming it's a SaaS. Like, I want a little more detail on this, right? I know you may not want to do it now because you don't want to dox yourself. That's fine. But for the actual thing, development and maintain X using X and Y, which was used by 78%, whatever, you know what that number is, of healthcare. Okay, hold on. Brain is not working. Did I just break a sentence or not? Let me find it. Develop and maintain X using Y and Y. X and Y. Which was used to store and create healthcare records in the United States. You can put US, that's fine. And of which, like, I want to make this more, because you can actually fit in brag here. Normally I'm saying you don't need to, but that's actually a solid one. So developed and maintained X using Y, X and Y, which was used to store and create 78% of the United States healthcare records. Those don't should be capitalized records. There we go. So the order switched around a little bit, and I think that might help. So developed and maintained X using X and Y, which was used to store and create 78% of the United States healthcare records. And then I want to say in maybe 2022 and 2024 or whatever, but I think that's fine. That's really solid. That's a good opener. You can give a little more of it. So want something like this and that. And then created performance patches to clients, servers, and database code, React, C# pumps, okay, for app managing patients, referrals and claims data, reducing load times by 76%. Succeed to drop something like a computer site, but here in the contracting world, it might not hurt to add your resume. Yeah. That would be neat. Public trusts are cool. Actually, that's the first time I've heard of that. Expand on that, Bucky. Please expand. What is a public trust? Never mind that you have. Okay, I got it. That took a second to percolate. All right, created performance patches. Let's see this. And then what are the languages that they're using? 12 years. Oh my God, come on. 5 is more than enough for most things. Expertise in client side and frameworks, bachelor's degree, working with agile. Oh yeah, do you know? It's a clearance on clearance. Okay, it's an almost clearance. All right, Tuxedo, do you have? What was the environment that you worked in? Was it agile, or waterfall or Scrum? If it was agile, you should probably put it there. Truthfully, all right, there's full stack. Okay, OAD, no SQL. Let's see. Communication, problem solving, information IT, Azure, yeah, cloud, if we don't do it. So I'm assuming. Okay, I mean, if it was agile, I don't want you to lie because they will ask that question. But if you believe it was agile and you can answer that, then put it in. Don't lie, but if you believe it is basically the truth, then go ahead. If I'm not convicted, if I technically public trust. All right, so where was I? Okay, actually, yeah, that is something I was looking at. All right, one thing I'm also noticing is I like the frameworks here. I think we can put some more stuff in here. I want to see this stuff in the top two, right? Looking at these jobs, that tuxedo. First off, most of them are going to be senior. That is just the market right now. It sucks. Hate to say that. It sucks. Most of it, they're trying to get a ton of senior engineers for cheap. You want to have C#, SQL, which I believe you have, and any cloud or agile type things that you have. We want those to be center. Brags are nice. I like brags, but keywords are kind of more important in this type of position. So I think that if you make this single column, you potentially even remove this and put it at the end of these positions, it's going to go better for you. I believe. Now, admittedly, most of these companies are going to be searching for a unicorn. They're all senior, of course, because they want to get them at whatever half the cost is, right? This role is a senior full stack engineer for 145K, which even in Texas, that would be low a year ago, but for now is kind of standard. So the market is in the toilet, which sucks. But I want to see C#. I want to see whatever SQL. If you've done cloud, put it in the cloud. Put it in the cloud. But I'm not seeing a ton of that. So for you, again, let's try making this single column, putting this in the bullets, and slightly changing the first sentence. And I mean, it's fine to have brags, but remember, for IT, keywords is usually more impressive. They want to know that you've worked using the technology. So, but I really like these. I think it's solid. It's just very competitive. And I think if you do a couple of those, it'll be good, because it's very possible that they see this, let their bias comes in. They may ignore this, but it's harder to ignore if it's in the center over here. So this way they shows that you're a U.S. citizen, which is good. It shows that you have the skills because they're written right here. All right. And your thing already says 78% of healthcare records. So those are the changes I want you to do. It's still tough because, there's a lot. I will say there is something you may want to do, which I don't know how well this is going to work. Don't spend a ton of time on it, but you may want to apply to some of these positions that are old, that are very old, because it's very possible they're not getting these people at the rates they want, and they will go with somebody of your level of experience. But right now it is looking, and I want to say, don't feel bad about yourself. Overall, I think the resume is okay. It's not bad at all. It's better than a lot. But, look at this. They're going to try to pay a senior software engineer $136K. A senior software engineer for big data is probably going to get 110. Those rates would not work a year ago. Well, I guess 2 years ago now. But because of the IT market, they're trying to get super experienced people for dirt cheap. So you're going to have to really slug it out. So if you can get an interview every 70 applications, I still think that's going to be solid. So, but those will at least up your chances to show that A, you've been working, B, you are a U.S. citizen, and it puts their eyes in the right part. Because I bet if we look at associate or mid-level, 16 out of 362. Their even entry level is 66, which isn't a ton. They're trying to get stuff, so it is tough. But those should at least help you a little bit. I wish I could give you better advice and say, here's the one secret that will help you get a job, but you're going to have to slug it out. Make those choices. It'll help you with your odds, but the odds are still not great. But I will say it'll probably turn around. Every market has its downturns, and right now IT is on the mend. It just may take a bit for it to get there, because once they are not able to get these people for these prices, they're going to start looking, okay, we need somebody to actually do this. So, and Boogie, thank you very much for telling that. I think that's really cool that you sold that. All right, let's see. Other people in chat, if you have any other questions, fire them on me. We're doing some rapid fire responses. Let me get the next resume up. I believe it is Dungeon Master. Let's see. Let's delete that one because I already did that one. To do that. But yeah, I mean, weirdly enough, part of the thing is there's too much information in the top and not enough sort of in the bullets, but that should help out. So let's see. It was Dungeon Master 007. If you're in the chat, speak up. But also, if anybody else wants any questions, go ahead. Now is the time. Back and forth is needed. So, and while I do that, Bear, come here. Bear, I want to show you to the camera. Bear. A sludge? Come on. I know you're trapped in the corner because you're too big. Come here. Let me show you. Let me show them. I need to show you doggy photos. Come on. All right, let me get you up in a second. Come on, Bear Bear. All right, I'm gonna move the camera down. He does not like to be picked up, so face in the camera. Hi, buddy. This is Bear. He is adorable, and he's a pain in my butt, but I love him. Hi. Mwah. There you go. That was enough? Oh, doggo time. He does not like being picked up, but he does like jumping in laps. So I'm not going to pick him up because I know he doesn't like it. Best I can do is slow to pick up his front paws. So let me move this back over there. Yes, he is a very good boy. Yes, you are. But he hangs out with me while I stream. And all the time. He's kind of like my shadow. All right. Let's see. Did that. Do that. Final responses. Let's see. What time is day? All right. Brain did not work. Dungeon. That was it. Dungeon Master. All right. Do that. Create a copy. Always have to make a copy because sometimes it messes up and shows the name at the very top, which is not what I want to do. So, Dungeon M007. Move. All right. Let me make sure this is right. Bear, did you like saying hi to everybody? No, you're tired. All right. You're like, I don't care. Dungeon Master. Okay, cool. Got it. All right. This looks solid. Remember, just because I'm helping one person, anybody else can throw in questions. So that's, yeah. Anybody wants to throw in questions, that is good. The only one that I need to super pay attention is the person I'm doing this with, so that they can answer. How many people are on the docket today? I have an interview for a really bad paying job for limited hours, but I want to use it as practice. I can slot you in. That's fine. I definitely slot you in for it. So, all right. Let's see. What you are looking for. Let me get rid of tuxedo hat. Resume, software engineer, on-site, hybrid, remote, full stack. Okay, so first off, again, I want to see if you are a software developer. I could also try to do the one where you get on camera. I just don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work because I haven't done it in a while. So I can try and see it. It might take up some setup time, but I do want to try to do some interview practice at least. But we'll see how that works. So, all right, the first thing I remember, I want to see software engineer. Put tech stack. All right, put it right here. They love to see it. All right, tech stack. Then masters, that's fine. Then this is too long. I don't like these longer than 3. If you have to do them, like, do these, right? In addition, are these the ones that people are looking for? Storm, I mean, AWS. Yeah, why would you put AWS at the very end? AWS should be in front, right? Honestly, if anything, do AWS and like 2 others. Everybody's looking for AWS. So, yeah, that is true. We have done it before. It's tough. And by that, I mean, it takes me some time to get it set up. So there's like some set time on the screen. But I do want to try to get it set up more. It just took me a while to actually get the music and this mug on it. So, so far away though. Okay, well, that stinks, but at least it's practice. All right. So yeah, Dungeon Master, we really want AWS up front, right? Really to practice, super nervous. I mean, look, that is a good way to do it is on a Twitch stream. I'm gonna add that to my projects again. I have a project list. So that will be it, because I actually do want to have that up, because I think that is very beneficial. Let me see this. I need to set up a lot of stuff. Let's see, Twitch intro, let's do that. Okay, and then let me put interview practice. There we go. Which is very similar to my time in the helpline. That was actually primarily one of the reasons we were able to help people, is we just did a lot of mock calls. And the way I try to do it in mock interviews is I want to be as jerky as I can, so that during the real thing, it doesn't matter what they are like, you're prepared for it. Mind you, if they are actually jerky, you probably don't want to work for them, but like, sometimes being very tired can come off as being jerky, and when someone has seen like 18 interviews, they may do that. So it's a tough thing. If they say no to the Zoom, they have to turn them down. There and back will take 2 hours. Ooh, that's pretty tough. No, you do want to specify where you used it, but remember, I'm only talking right now about the skills section. Like, you buried the lead. Like, AWS is typically very much wanted. GPA, yeah, they weren't. So first off, this is to optimize IoT rules by streamlining Storm topology and enhancing Java Spring Boot code, eliminating redundant bolts in the architecture. That's so many words, bro. That's too many words for an intro sentence, right? So first, remember, your tech stack should be here. If you're a software engineer, this is sort of where you want to put it. Software engineer, tech stack, right? Boom, right there. Yeah, that's legible on the screen. And then I want to see what you did, man. I don't know what you did. I want to see what you did here. Why were you doing this? Right? What were you doing at this company for the 5 or 6 months that you were at? Right? I don't know. I need to know. Like, were you writing code for hospitals? What was it? Like, I don't even know. I don't know what any of these things are. And most of the people that are looking for it are not going to be looking necessarily for like optimized IoT rule services. They're going to be looking for Java or AWS or whatever, right? So, again, I don't want you to overemphasize something you haven't done, but like, what did you do? Why were you writing your code? That is important. Why were you writing your code? Like, were you helping a fintech company? Were you helping hospitals? Was it for a SaaS program? It's all going to determine a lot of stuff. So, Dungeon Master, I need a summary sentence of why you wrote the code and what it was for. And then in addition, just like the other resume that we just had that I want you to do is I want to do a technologies used, right? Or tech stack, whatever you want to call it. And then this is where you put all the other stuff as well. AWS, Java, Python, whatever. So I want this here, and I want this also folded. Because there's so much here. So this is where I want this stuff. But I need to know why you wrote it. Also, you were there for only a couple of months. I don't really want 1,000 bullets because you actually have some very solid experience. This should also be over here. This was formatted wrong. So, and I think it sort of takes away from that. Like, again, MySQL is great, but it's in Angular, but this looks like you've done everything, and managers don't like that. They typically like you to do one thing. Some companies do. They like, oh, if you know one language, you can know them all, and other managers don't believe that at all. So, I am also taking away halts. So that is what I want to fix up for this Dungeon Master. Is I want this shrunken, if possible. I mean, like, what if we just get like right here? Then you put technologies used. You see the tech stack. You put it over there. Then they can look at all of that stuff. Remember, a human is viewing this. And if a human does not understand it, they will not do it. How about this sentence for the first company? I've improved the code and configuration of the IoT service to enhance the user experience, increase the number. I mean, that's closer. Also, I'm taking a halt because my throat has been crazy. This little one, Bear, has been causing allergies. So, all right. I think that is a better sentence, but let me do this. Also, what is IoT, right? First off, what is IoT? Let me do that. IoT is it's phone something, right? I'm breaking everything here. Let's go back. There we go. All right, so this company. Also, I don't like. I guess improved. So, I mean, improved the code and configuration of the. I want to know what IoT is. So first off, put Internet of Things, right? I know it's not, but I'm putting that. That was a good one, Brad. So, that's actually real. I thought that was a joke. So, okay, that's kind of cool. So, improve the code and configuration of, and then I want of X. So X is companies, Internet of Things, such as X and Y service to enhance the user experience and increase the number of customers onboarded. That I mean, I guess that's fine to enhance the user experience, increase the number of customers. So, improve the code and configuration of X companies. So, X companies X Internet of Things by using X and Y, which allowed our services such as X, Y to enhance, not allowed our services, which enhanced our services such as what X and Y that led to that X and Y so that our so that we had an increase to the number of customers onboarded. So that was a little long, and I think I may need to shrink it, but we have an ad, so I'll probably have a better one. But I want you to sort of like this. So improve the code and configuration of X, Internet of Things, by using X and Y, which enhance our services such as X and Y, so that we would have more customers onboarded. Something like that. And then you go hardcore technical, which again, I want to see the tech stack. So we're having an ad very shortly. I need to find out. We could do it so it's once every hour, right? It's not once every 30 minutes. I thought I changed it and then it went back. Because I don't like every 30 minutes. I'd prefer to do an hour because that gives a slightly longer break and then like less annoyance for people. But I have to figure that one out. Bear, it's break time. Get your butt up. Come on. Come on. Move. Come on, get up. Will a job of that have any negative impact? It might, but that is also why you want to have this sort of to be shorter so that they immediately look at the longer positions you've been in. Like, that is why I'm against having this be so long, is because if this is only, say, 3 bullets, then they can actually see this. They scroll down a little bit. They see, oh, no, you've actually been there for like 2, 3, 4 years experience. So, that is why I have it. Bear, you left me. Where'd you go? Okay. Do you want out? Do you want out, Bear? Or did you just want to go? Did you just want to go? Yes, you do. I need a bear. Okay. You want to get out? Yes. I'm going to shut the door. In or out, Bear? Big. I'm not going to let you back in until the next commercial break. So. Bye-bye. All right. I always break. If I have 2 cups, I'm going to use 2 cups. But yeah, this is why I'd actually keep this shorter. And this is actually where being shorter sort of helps, right? So if you have this, right, immediately what goes to the eye is the software tech stack. They do see that you work there for a little bit, but they only see like 3 bullets and they see the tech stack. Then they see, oh, this was longer. This was also a year. And then when they scroll down, they see this. So I would recommend keeping this short because that's only like 4 or 5 months. And that can impact it. But we also can put like contract or whatever. I don't know why it was short, but I would keep this one short so that they can see that you actually have stayed at a company for a year or so. But like if this was a contract, we want to put short-term contract or something. Like I don't know why this was short. You're gonna have to maybe put something. So also you don't need to put this separate. You can just do that, and that saves space as well. So delete that. All right, that explains why that was there. All right, so that is how you're going to structure this. Can I get that? There we go. All right, and then we're gonna do that over here. Okay, whatever. You need to delete this little section right here, but you know what you do. You know what to do on this one. That was just bugging out. So, all right, that's what you want to do. Keep it shorter, all right? Just, in fact, now that I'm really looking at this, I just want to do what the code was for. I just want to say something. Used X and Y to improve the code or configuration or whatever of our company's IoT, which improved, let's see, which increased the number of customers onboarded or something like that, right? Keep it short. Keep this one short so you can start digging in better, because they may not even get to the AWS and this stuff. So that is what I want you to do, Dungeon, okay? We're going to have to shrink this. So put the AWS here, put the Java Python here, and save your other resume just in case, but this is probably how I would do this. Well, it's okay if it's a bullet, right? Like, remember, this is per company, right? This does show you used it. So AWS Python, and I don't think you're going to get more than like what, 1 or 2 lines. Keep it to 2 lines max, but here we go. Right? Like even just typing a lot, that's fine. That is okay. So because then it goes down to company 2, and then you're going to do the same thing. Remember, software engineer, company 1, tech stack, do it like that. So that is how I would recommend doing it. Okay, because that will help. In addition, if this was a contract, put something like short-term contract, right? That way they know that, yeah, this job was short, but it was always going to be short. So that is how I would do that. All right. Let's see, who is next? And remember, what they want in the qualifications is what you want to put in the resume. Putting a bunch of stuff that is impressive to you may not be impressive to the hiring manager, even if it is impressive. You gotta put what's in the job description, basically. Which, you know, in these cases, well, I search for C# ones. So, but you want to put the tech stack, which is usually going to be Java, Python, C#, Java, or JavaScript and stuff. So yeah, and remember, I forgot, but that is how you have to do that. Okay, brain did not make it. It's very hot in this room. My streaming room does not have very good air conditioning. Open a window. Why can I not open a window? All right, I forgot to put the thing on. That's why. All right. Who is next? All right. Let me look at this. So, deleting that. Also, you can come back again. That is fine. Let's see. Dark I33 or Captain Jack, are you here? You will be the next ones. Also, Painted. if you want, I can try and get the guest thing to go. Let's see, guest to your stream through browser, and I set them up once. Backstage will be recorded. I can try that if you want to do. Allow this to get started. I think this is good. So I can bring you into voice chat, and we can do a mock interview. In fact, if anybody wants to go into mock interview, I can try it and see if it would be good. Yeah, basically like you can have other people in it. So let's see. It should be no camera. That is the goal. I do not want to have camera. Let me put the headphones in. All right, let's see if this works. Requests. Yes, get started. Okay, all Twitch users. Request. Okay, I guess only my followers. Okay, let's do all Twitch. Okay, let's try this. Audio only. Okay, start requests. And then I can invite recent. We are going to try to do this. So, painted. Let's see. Sorry for the delay on this. I just want to try to at least get this done. So, followers. What is it? Followers, mods. I can do mods, subscribers, followers. There it is. All right, let's try. No, I don't think Pokemon. That is not quite who I wanted. I don't think she would be that interested in this chat. You know what? I will pause the music. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to pause it. I just have to get this stuff up first. You know what? I'm going to do this during a commercial. That'll probably be the best time. So that way when we come back, we should have it close to set up. But currently, the resumes I'm going to be doing are Captain Jack or Dark I33. Are you here? Just let me know, and do the thing. I'll do the thing. I'll do the resume review. That is to which what channel? Man, my brain does not make it after an hour. I have found that. I needed to leave early. Okay, cool. So, all right, Captain Jack. Let's get your resume up. Right, you are in the Canadas. Developer front end. So you're looking primarily for front end, is that correct? Let's see. Captain Jack. Where are you? Where are you? I cannot find you. Why is this so difficult for me to find your resume? Alright, that should be better. There it is. Alright. Yeah, that didn't show right. Alright, let's do this there. Alright. And then let's do that over there. And is this gonna load right? Come on. All right. Ontario, Canada, phone number, ABC. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's do this. So, Captain Jack. All right. There we go. Loading this up. Copy it. No, don't. No, we do not show the name. There we go. Please don't look out. Why is it doing this? Sorry, it's doing some stupid doxing thing that I have to fix on the back end. Life forms doobie doo. Yeah, it's very true. Life forms doobie doo. So, all right, is this gonna work? Cool, that worked. All right, my next project is to get a hard fan in this room. Oh my god, it's broiling. All right. So you are looking for an internship. All right, so, yep, that is true. Star Wars reference. Star Trek reference. Sorry. All right. So, to be clear, you do not have any experience directly in software development. It's only been IT support, correct? And you are looking for this in Canada. Which does look like you're getting to Canada. Well, you got 50 out of 50. That's actually pretty good. So, all right, let's do this. Canada. Okay, cool. So I do not know any of Canada's, well, laws or regulations, pretty much. Okay, so, but let's do this. So you are just looking for a software developer. Does it have to be front end? Or is it like, doesn't matter, right? Because it doesn't look like there's a ton of front end developer positions. Let's see. Canada must have a mini was Drupal +8. Yeah. I know. Everybody wants these weird ones. Okay, so let me look at this. So internships, very difficult. So I will say this, for internships, your college may know. Your college's career department, I would not trust them on your resume, but they may actually know more avenues for internships. That is something I would definitely check out. So I do not like a lot of this, right? So first off, why is this options remove header? So I don't know. Can it go? Why is it so? Okay. Whatever. I feel like this could go higher up, but this is fine. This is sufficient. I don't know why a summary would be useful for this. It doesn't look like there are any things that this would be useful with. So I would personally remove it. And then in addition, I like the skills. And here's where we come into a weirder part. This one's going to be tough. So you are in a college. So you are looking for internships. So let me do software. I'm just going to do software. Literally just type in software. Let's see. Okay, good. That's much more. Let's look at what internships there are out of software. 269. No, well, so I did mention to put a summary, and you were correct. But this is why I like seeing the resume, is I wasn't aware that you didn't have, so the way your resume is structured makes it different. Based on the fact that you were in college, learning to be this is different than if you were out of college without getting the CS degree, which I assume is the case, which I may not. This is why it's very tough to always give advice, is it's very, very dependent on a bunch of stuff. So too many front-end jobs versus back-end. There are not that many very senior back-end people. That is where the divide is. Very senior back-end people. There is quite a bit of front-end. So this I like a little better. All right, I'm going to have to... Okay, so postgraduate. Okay, college name, December to December. There we go. This is what we want. So I would definitely check... I need a hair tie. I would check with your college's career department to see if they have anything versus actual jobs for you, because this is going to be a little tough. But this is how we can do it. So what do we need here? Amazonians to conceive, divine, build technology, query system, agile. All right, basic qualifications, bachelor, masters, computer knowledge. Okay, so we're going to have to rework some of this. So first off, you do have computer engineering. Okay, that's your education should be here based on the fact that you were still in college. So based on the fact that you were still in college is going to very much change how this resume does. Hey, Gunler, thank you for taking the time this initiative. Glad you remembers me. Okay, cool. Words unspoken. I will do it after I have a couple more people. I see your resume though, so it is there. Okay, so that is because your resume is showing weird stuff. So this is why I'm very glad you came to the channel, because I'm not sure how I would talk this through text, because there's a lot of different things here. You do not need a summary, only because of the fact that you were still in college for the thing you're trying to do. The summary would not be needed there because it is assumed that you were trying to get a job based on the thing that you were going to college for. Had you gone to college for, say, mechanical engineering, and then were not still in college but are trying to switch to front end, that is when you would need a summary, which it's very difficult to type through Reddit especially because I am severely dyslexic. So, but we do want education up top. So I want education up here. All right. So this is actually the time where we want your education up front. Education. I do not know the Canadian market. I do not know how the visas and stuff works, but you do want to probably put here ability to work in X and Y because that's gonna matter. Because they may not know that you can work there. So then skills. So we have company names, we have IT stuff. Then I would do projects. So because of this, I would actually do the experience last. I would do your projects above this. So there we go. So that should still have right here, employments, history. All right. And then I don't want that. That's not needed. You don't need bullets there. These are good bullets. These are not needed. The little side ones. Also the formatting is a little, okay, it's a lot of stuff here. And then that is going to be employment history. That is going to be the skills. Not a huge fan of the skills section, but that's fine. Okay. So I hope you can see already that this looks cleaner, right? I don't postgraduate. Is that a BA? I want this written a little cleaner as well. So I want to do, so Foodie Express, and then developed a full stack web application, Foodie Express, using React JS Stripe for online food ordering and payment processing. Good, solid. Used custom hooks and reusable components, reducing code redundancy and promoting a modular development approach and improved productivity. Okay, solid. But I'm not sure this one. Okay, so where did you use MongoDB? Where did you use React? Because I want it in there. Also, I'm getting a text. Okay, sorry. I can answer that off screen. So, we also need to stabilize this. Alright, is this making sense what I'm saying, Captain Jack? Because this is the information that I did not directly know from Reddit. And it's also why it can be very, very difficult to give appropriate advice through those formats, because the fact that you were still in college directly for the type of position, which I'm assuming is a mobile solutions development. I'm assuming that, right? So we also just want to do what college name. Yeah, that's fine. This one's fine, but this should be one line. We want to make this one line. This doesn't need to be 2 lines. So, okay, cool. And again, don't worry about it. This is what I'm here to help. So this should help, because the way it read previously is kind of like you're still in India and you're trying to apply to a software developer position here. So yeah, again, this is the difficulty. All right, see you, Dark. No worries. Come back on Thursday and I'll help you out then. Yeah, this is why you get a large amount of bad advice or incorrect advice, is because it matters intensely where you are in your education, where you are in your geographic location, what people are actually looking for in the market, what they're looking for in the market in your area, and where your skill level is, what your skills are based on that, and kind of what's hot in the market. So there's a lot of variables, and unfortunately in the Reddit post, I did not know all of those. So this is how we're going to fix that. Also, I want the resume you saw previously, I want you to format it like that. This looks a little weird with the formatting, and it's hard for me to even tell why, but it's something's off on this. Like, some of the letters are smaller than they should be, not larger, and wait, is this different? Wait, the R is different? No, okay, I don't know, some things are weird about it, but yeah, you don't need this. I don't know what this is, but make it basic, submit it in a PDF to other people, and this is how we're going to help you. So, to recap, because you are still in college, which I'm assuming for a CS type degree, we want to put that here. Put your education right up here, all right? Then, if you want, you can put the skills here, but it's not needed because you can put them right there. Then I want to see the projects. I want to see, I like this, full stack web application, Foodie Express, using online food ordering. This is a very, very good intro sentence, and I like it. The second one, I don't see any keywords or brags on this, right? reducing code redundancy is good, but I want to know, what did you use to reduce code redundancy? What did you use to promote a modular development approach? And then the second one is integrated Stripe API. That's fine, but remember, if you're applying for JavaScript ones, I want to see more JavaScript. You got to look at what you're going to apply to, and that's going to determine what you're going to put on there, okay? Then, so this is how we're going to do it. I think that's going to be a lot better. It is still tough. I want to make sure that, to be clear, it is very competitive in IT right now. Very, very, very competitive. You are still going to have a tough time, but this should at least make it easier. It's kind of like, how many points should there be in the project section? Because there's this many, I would say 3 is solid. And then also HTML, Foodie Express. Can we put that down here, or does that look better? That looks a little cleaner. So, but there we go. Something's off with this formatting, and I cannot for the life of me tell what it is. Is it not in the right? I don't know. Something's off about this formatting, and it's bugging me, and I cannot tell what it is. Does it look off to anybody else in chat? Is something weird about it, so that we can help fix Captain Jack's resume? It's just, something's bugging me, and I can't tell what it is. I don't know if it's slightly smaller than it should be, slightly larger. So, but yeah. Is it the alignment? Yeah, it might be the alignment. I don't know. It just, something like, is it something? Yeah. Is it the indent difference between education? Maybe. But I don't know. Something's, yeah, try a little bit, like, copy what we did earlier in the stream. That's what you kind of want to do, but this should help. So remember, I want to see this stuff in the bullets. It needs to be in the bullets. I'm pointing at you. You. Put them in the bullets. Everybody needs to put their skills in the bullets. Managers do not like seeing it away. In addition, because you were applying for internships, internships actually have some different things that you may not want to do. Or not do not want to do, that are going to be a little bit different, is that you want to make sure you actually write how you worked well as a team. That is a critical thing to put for internships. Every single one of them shows great interpersonal skills. So we don't just want your code. We want to know that you can work as a team, because you're there to learn. So how you took instruction, how you worked with your teammates, that is what I want in those bullets as well. We have about 5 minutes for an ad. Painted, I'm going to try to get you on in the meantime with that, and hopefully it doesn't bork everything up. But that'll be that. And then after that, Word Unspoken, I will do your resume. So, let's see. Because I do very much want to do that. Brain is, man. I swear I was awake earlier. That's a lie. I was very tired today. Alrighty. So, well, nope, too large. There we go. Going back. Great. Let's see this. Yep, you will be the test subject. Let's see that. ChemJack. Delete that so that I can actually clean up this list. And then we have Words Unspoken. There we go. Let's see. They are Words Unspoken. Doop up. Doop. Words Unspoken. All right. Copyright. Okay, cool. There we go. That was not party. All right. Words Unspoken. That is all in caps lock for some reason. All right. Can you just, at this point, when doing brags, you need to be very sure about how impactfully? Yeah. So, in the previous brag, it said this product was used by 78% of the people in the United States. That's important, right? That shows that this is a very big project that you're working on. The reason you do that is because if you're putting a brag for the recruiter, they may not know what the brag is. Saying, I reduced redundancy by 12%. I don't know how that's impressive. I don't know. In fact, I'm going to give you an example. Is, as a recruiter, I sourced 20 I looked at 20 resumes for searched people in a Boolean. Is that important? I don't. It's not actually. 20 resumes is very very little. You're gonna have to go through a lot more than 20. Well, okay. Remember, it's brags or keywords. I don't think I wrote that right in the AMA because everyone was sort of hooked on the brags. You can do teamwork. Keywords are arguably more important than brags in a lot of places. In fact, I would say most of them. But you can say how you collaborated, right? Um, like schedule time to meet with people, worked out ideas, and met every day at X based on my schedule or whatever, which caused us to get an A in class. It's a brag. That's a brag. And that's something that may have happened. Like you, that is actually a brag that doesn't have to do with software, but does with soft skills, right? Like schedule people's schedules, schedule people's availabilities to meet to discuss the project, go over ideas, and discuss what to do and what not to do. After handing out and receiving, tasks, we created the Foodie Express app, which got us an A in the class. That's a brag, right? Like, that is a brag. That is a brag that is understandable. You did a job, you scheduled it, those are soft skills, but because of the way you schedule and you worked as a team and you took instruction, you got an A. And that will arguably be a better brag than anything you have to do with software. The fact that you got an A in the project because of how you work together as a team for an internship should be very, very high up there. Does that make sense? Dual wielding water cups. So, all right. So that is how you do it. Or alternatively, like, reduced error time by 15%, which led to an increase in people that joined our company, right? So you're going to have to get a little creative with it, but keywords are more important than brags, to be clear. But if you have a brag about teamwork, put it in, especially as an internship. That's like critical, man. That's like real critical. So that is what I would do. All right, Kitten, we have an ad starting, painted, sorry. Ad starting in about 12, 15, 20 minutes. Seconds. I'm going to try to go get you into this so we can practice. So let me try that out. Also, let me know if that made sense or I need to explain that again, Captain Jack. So, all right, that should work over there. Adcast, followers, the K kittens 8. Hold on. Kitten 8 first. There we go. All right, let's try that. Send invite. And let's see that should work. Let's see, does that work? Are you getting the invite? Hopefully. I don't know what kind of way to get this call from this. Oh my gosh. All right, and then auto add guest the backstage. Cool. All right. And just to protect the anonymity, let's try this. Getting ready. Okay, that should work. All right, showing guest, got it. Let's see, do I have, nope, show on stream. Guest video will appear. Streaming software, guest audio will be pushed through your streaming software. It's at least, okay, cancel. No, no video. You do not need video for this. Let's see, pin guest, remove. Sorry, I cannot hear you if you are talking. I'm going to turn off the sound. Man, I really gotta do this. Alright, sound is paused. And then let's do, where is this sound coming from? You may be able to talk and I can't hear you. Hold on. Where is this? turn on camera. No, I don't want to turn the camera. Kids paint. Okay. Let's see. I think I have to turn my sound differently.
I don't know if you can hear me,
Cool.
but the
We are
sound is
almost
set.
back. All right, sound settings. I am fixing some stuff to try to get this. You might actually be able to hear painted, but I cannot. Let's see. VB audio cable. No, I want to do change this. Change that. Add device. Oh, right. I gotta do this. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Can you speak for me?
Testing?
I can hear you. All right, perfect. That was all on my end. I'm going to put you on. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, push video should be disabled. It works. All right, cool. Now I have to undo other stuff. All right. Break off. All right, cool. So, what position are you applying to first so I can get into the headspace? And then you're going to have to give me like a half a second to get it ready. So,
Yes, it's an e-commerce position.
okay.
So it says, yeah. Let me pull up like the things that it wants.
All right. Time to do some interview prep. Let me see if I can. Try that. Can painted? Can you talk a little again?
Testing?
Was that louder, everybody? I think I have a different audio than y'all. So cool. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. All right. So e-commerce position is be anything. So
Mhm.
yeah, give me what are they
Yep.
looking for?
Let's see. It says here that they are a small business that is nice and red flaggy at this point. Um, I hate small businesses at this point.
There.
Duties include packing orders, managing online inventory, photographing products, and creating product listings on multiple marketplaces, assisting with content creation for social media, responding to customer inquiries. Um, yeah, and
Uh
then the scheduling seems to be all over the place.
okay, so the very first question I'm gonna have, this is outside the interview practice thing, is this is a place that is you can verify this is a company near you, correct?
No. So I went to look them up. They have a zip code, and I saw the zip code and went, "What the heck?"
Okay,
Sorry, I'm
because
trying very hard not to swear on your channel.
I appreciate
I'm a
it.
bit of a sailor. Um, they have the company name and then the zip code, and then I put that into Google Maps, and I can't find the company name,
Okay.
and the zip code is real. But
So
then when I look at Google, like just Google search, I can see that they have a physical location which doesn't match the zip code
So
that
I
is
would
listed
go
on
through with
Indeed.
the interview, but before you give them any sensitive information, be careful. There is a very common scam where they basically send you items and you scan them and send them back, and that is a scam. But this could legitimately be a position where you go in and you're working on somebody else. So be careful, just to be clear.
Ooh, what's the scam? How does that
Uh,
work?
so God, I'm trying to remember the exact thing. So they say work from home business, you're going to make probably more than you would for someone with like no experience in the area. And then they will send you, say, like a printer and other stuff, and you scan them, and then you write a check that they give you. And
Oh,
yeah, but
so it's check fraud.
it is a version of check fraud if I remember right. So, but again, this could just be because here's the issue with small businesses is they're the Wild West. This could be legitimate. This could be a scam. You go to the interview. Be careful about doing any personal information. Uh, yeah, reshipping scam. That's the name of it. Thank you, Brad. So be careful.
Reggie shipping
Yeah,
scam. I
reshipping
don't really.
scam. Reshipping
Hmm.
scam. So You're hired if the victim is hired by them. You are promised payments for receiving illegally obtained packages and then shipping them to a different address. And
Oh,
the way it works is sort of puts you in the middle of it, so they kind of collect the stuff, and then you're left holding the scam. But this could actually be a company
gotcha.
that needs. So be careful. Be
Yeah.
very careful. Go to the interview. Don't give them
Hmm.
anything that you don't need. If you can try to find them or find somebody at the company, that is way to do it. But look up online just in case. But we are going to go with the assumption that they are legitimate, just to do with this as a practice. Okay?
Hmm. And it has to be Zoom because it's so far away.
Yeah, that might
Yeah.
be. It could be legit or not. Like there are posts of yeah, so they to each the let's see, they dragged me at $50 per package, about 3,000 a month. You would receive packages and you remove the items from the box, photograph the contents, remove the warning labels, and
Mm,
you do that. You basically keep doing that, and then they catch you with. I'm trying to remember the actual like how they get you, but they can get you with that. So be careful. But assuming this is
good to
legitimate,
know.
let us let us go with the assumption that this is legitimate for now so we can practice. So at least this can give you good you know stuff, practice.
Hmm.
So are you ready?
Never.
Good answer. All right, so hi, welcome to Gunther's Small Business Emporium. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, yeah, this is the part where I start to panic.
This is good for
I don't say
practice.
that part
So
out loud.
yeah,
Huh. So, what's the right answer?
the right answer is this is sort of a vibes question. They kind of just want to get to know you. Truthfully, it's not a very good interview question, but it is one that is commonly asked. Um, so like your art, if you do D&D, you can just say something like, "Oh, they're looking to make sure that you're, what you can do out of this," and be like, "Yeah, so I am painted. I, as a hobby, I create art for people. I also play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. Sometimes I create the games myself. When I'm not doing that, I am, trying to sharpen my skills as a repackager. I find it really fun, and that's why I'm here. So something like that. You don't need to break. The evilest question I think I ever heard from this chat actually was describe three things about yourself, which is cruel, but like that's how we want to do it. This is not a this is not typically a gotcha question. In most companies, there is a vibe, and you should hire based on skills, but you also want to make sure you can fit in with everybody to a degree. And they want to know. So, who are you? Like, this is actually the non-job skill question. Like, are you what do you do in your off time? In this case, you play Dungeons and Dragons. I remember that from the chat. You're cool at art. You do
Mhm.
really cool art. Um, and that could also be, it's like, I'm an artist in my off time, and I really would prefer making it sort of the side, like the for of a hobby rather than a career, which is why I'm here. I'm looking to become a, repackager because I really enjoy art, but monetizing it is not something that I really want to do. So, and in addition, when I'm not making art, I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends and something like that. So just that. Yeah, but again, it is. But like, what if your boss plays video games, right? You don't want to think of this as a bad thing. You want to think of this as a opportunity to explain who you are to them, because you are going to be working with them for 40 hours a week. And how it would be if the shoes were reversed. And what if they say like, my name is Gunther and I like uh nothing. Like you're like, okay, cool, that gives me nothing. So take it again. We're going to try it again with what I said, and let's try it like this. Hi, this is Gunther Shipping Emporium. My name is Gunther. Can you please tell me about yourself?
Well, my name is Painted, and I'm freezing up.
All right, take it from
This
the
is
top.
this is the question that I struggle with the most.
So you
Like
can use it.
the most.
You can use it to say, look, I'm painted and I have trouble with this question. I'll be honest with you. I'm not one to usually talk about myself, but I like to play video games and do all this stuff on the side. So just say something like that. Like if this is why we practice. I want you to say it outside of this. I want you to make a little script and repeat it to yourself. So before you get to the interview, you're going to say, I am painted and blah, 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 blah. I am painted, blah, 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 blah. I am painted, blah, 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 blah. Repeat it like 10 times in the mirror. Like this is how. So I'm going to completely do a side tangent. Yeah, has done management stuff before. It's basically just to who you are. Uh, and the way you want to do this is to make it so you say it so often to yourself before that it comes natural. Because they're not trying to knock you out with this question. This is a question where they literally just want to know who you are, right? If you join a Dungeons and Dragon game and there's a new player, you want to know who they are. What do they like? What classes do they like to play? What species do they like to play? Do they, in fact, even going on that, how do they handle PvP in a D&D game? Is it free for all? How do you
Hmm.
do secrecy of the characters? Those are important, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's very important for that as well, just like work. Like, but it's not to drag up trauma, but if your previous boss started the interview with like, I'm the bad boss and I like asking my employees horribly questions, you would run. So this is sort of the inverse of that, where you just want to describe who you are because they don't want to hire somebody like that either. Just who are you? So, and who you are is fine. So let's try again. Okay, ready? Hi,
No.
my name's Gunther. This is Gunther's Emporium. I'm sorry about that. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm painted. Things that I enjoy are learning new skills. I've taught myself a couple of different art forms. Currently, I'm doing that full time, but I'd like to step away from that and just do that as a hobby for now. I also enjoy fantasy novels and science fiction and playing group games such as Dungeons and Dragons.
Perfect. Chat, that was good. There's only a minor quibble I would have, which is if you're saying
Uh-huh.
step away, which I do like, is saying, step away from a hobby. You just want to say, I prefer it as a hobby rather than a career for that, just so that they know. Because you're like, I don't want to monetize it, even if that's not quite true. But overall, that
Hmm.
was perfect. That's how you answer that, okay?
Hmm.
So that is how everybody can answer that. It's just like that. Um,
And it's
so
okay to lie about that though.
the art, I mean,
Cause
if
yeah,
that's
cause
the
I totally
case,
do want to monetize it.
I know, but that may be the case. But then, look, I don't like lying in interviews, but also that part, if I don't like the fact that people will discount you for it. And I even will tell managers, like,
Mm,
yeah, but you shouldn't discount somebody for it. Sometimes the people that are not full in 100% are better employees than the ones who are full in 100%. So, if that's the case, you could just say, as a hobby, I like to create art. And they may ask you that. Specifically, the reason this is important for you in particular is because I've seen your resume and you have gone from an art thing. So, you may actually need that qualification to say, and I prefer to keep it as a hobby after having done it for X. Or just like
mhm.
like a little side project that's fun. So, which basically you want them to know that you will not quit because you made successful art. Which, regardless if that is true, that's what you need to tell them. Okay? But I don't want to
Okay.
just harp on things that are bad because overall, that was A plus. All right. To be clear. Very good. So I'm going to take it from the top. We're going to have you answer that again because everybody in chat, repetition is important. Then we're going to go to another question, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hi, this is Gunther's Gunther Emporium. We ship to a bunch of different places. I'm Gunther. I'll be interviewing you today. Uh, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself? Haunted? Painted? Sorry, I mispronounce things all the time.
No worries. Hi, Gunther. My name is Painted. A little bit about myself. I really enjoy art. I'm doing that full time, but would like to turn that more into a hobby. I enjoy fantasy and science fiction, as well as playing some group games, such as Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, cool, cool. So, what is your experience? I see on here that you have experience packing orders. Uh, what is your experience in labeling and shipping?
So, out of character, I have like almost no experience
Okay,
packaging.
then let's do something that I forgot what your resume was part of that. Let's do instead of scheduling. So, what is your experience scheduling?
So, out of character, can I suppose can you elaborate on scheduling? Like what kind of scheduling?
What if no, that's why. So this is good in character. You say, apologies, Gunther. Could you elaborate a little bit more on exactly what you mean by that?
Okay.
So,
Um,
yeah.
sorry, I apologize, Gunther. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what you mean by scheduling?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I mean, like, so at Gunther's Scheduling Emporium and Boxes, TIM, what we do is we take a bunch of boxes and then we schedule them to arrive at people's houses at a certain point. And what experience do you have in scheduling product or other people? Uh, and what products do you use on it?
So out of character, I have like almost no
Well, if I
experience, like a month of
remember,
experience.
that's fine. Okay, here's the thing. So it was on your resume that we did talk about scheduling, right? We did you
A
if I
different kind of
remember.
scheduling.
Okay, cool. Then what was that scheduling? And I'll ask about it. Next time, I'm going to ask someone to send in the resume for this because it's a lot easier then, which is my bad. But hey, that's a learning experience. So,
hmm So I mean, I'm surprised that they contacted me. I've been applying, like I've been just trying so hard to meet that like minimum of 75 jobs a week, but I in good faith do not match like 50% of the requirements for like 60 of them.
and that might be tough. And then we may
So
need
that's
to go
been
back
really rough.
and
Cause
it
then like
will
I
be.
have gotten some responses and then I like truly look at it, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot do this.
Well, have you gone to those
Like can't even
interviews?
BS it. Uh no, because I know it'll be a disaster because they'll
No.
probably ask me to
Mm.
do the thing,
Okay.
right?
So the
Ugh.
important thing, right? Okay, you're looking at this the wrong way. All right.
Okay.
Before you are focusing on what you cannot do, which is what I cannot have you do. Before you were worried that you would not get any interviews. Now you are getting interviews. From what I remember, we did not lie
Like
on your resume.
2.
That's still better than none, right? So it's
Okay.
not a lot,
Yeah.
but it is some. Which was our problem. It was from 0 to 2 is better than 0 to 0. So when you look at a job description, not all job descriptions are created correctly. They may list a lot of things, and that's why I say 75%. But if they look into your resume and they invite you to an interview, I would take that interview unless it would take a extraneous amount of time out of your day, right? Like we're talking like 9 hours to travel or something, or $200 or something ridiculous, right? Because
I
it
mean,
very
that
well.
is part of the problem
Mm,
because I do share a car with Nova and he has to do the door knocking with the car.
that
And
makes
so
sense.
like if he does make a sale, that's like 3K for one sale.
Yeah,
So it's basically he just got to keep knocking doors. Like he hasn't made a sale yet, but like it's basically a numbers game. And so every second that he spends out there knocking is vital and anything I do could take away from that.
Right.
Like
So in that
I'm
case, we
afraid
need
that
to.
even getting a job would interfere with him doing that, but like also we need income, so I don't that's not
So
something you can answer or
I wish
anyone
I
else
could.
can. But
Yeah, I really wish I could. So are you able to apply to places that are in walking distance or
yes, there's not a
bus?
lot.
Okay.
Yes, that's a little bit better. There's two kind of main streets where bus lines go down.
Okay. So what we can try
I would
for
have to
things.
get an electric scooter though, not
Well,
walk. It's really far.
we need to again, like I know I know you are not in a good situation. That is very clear. I
Mhm.
obviously crap is tough right now. But
Mhm.
I want you to focus on what you can change. What you can do is apply to jobs. What you can do is try to find jobs close to you. What you can do is try to
Mhm.
ask those people when you get interviews, even if they are very far away, say, hey, my schedule is pretty busy at the moment. Would it be possible to do the first step as a Zoom or phone interview?
Okay.
Right? That's just stuff we can do. And will you get rejected on jobs? Yes, but it's some rejection and some interviews are better than none. Okay? I want you to think this as remember, like the D20 analogy, we need to think of this as rolling that dice. We need to give you as many options to roll a nat 20. Because what we have to do is roll a nat 20, and then we're gonna have to roll again to make sure your skills are right, and then roll again to make sure that there's no other competition or
Mhm.
anything. And what you are doing,
Mhm.
which you were previously doing, is A, we're in a very tough position. That adds a negative modifier, to be clear.
Mhm.
My help adds a
Yeah.
positive modifier, but it's not a guarantee. But you
Mhm.
don't want anything that stops you from rolling that dice is bad. You want to roll as many d20s as you can to increase your odds of landing what you need. So, I
Mhm.
instead of not going to those interviews, see if they can reschedule them, right? And I want you again, like if you truly cannot make it, I do not want you to spend $200 that you do not have on a bus trip, right? I do not want you to spend $150 or something when it could be making you money. I don't want you to do that. But try to turn
Mhm.
potential no's into maybes, right? Because right now we had a lot of no's. We're going to try to change those no's into maybes and those maybes into yeses. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yes.
So,
Also, I
because
don't think $200 for a bus is possible unless I'm getting a bus pass.
I was thinking more like Uber or something ridiculous. But yeah, so like you
Oh,
want
no,
to,
I would not Uber. No way.
yeah, no, I don't. I don't blame you. So that is what we need you to do. All right, is you are trying to find ways to not start it, which I don't blame you. I want to be clear. That is, I've been in that situation. But if you cannot make it without direct, it's too hard to actually get to, see if they're willing to compromise. Most of them will say no,
Mhm.
but some of them might say yes. And of those some that say yes, they might keep going to round two. And of those round twos, you might get a job that you want. Okay.
Okay.
So you are, and I very much know that you are not in a great place. I'm understanding that. I do not want to blame you because you are not, like, to be clear, there is no blame, but you have to start turning the no's into yeses or maybes. You have to stop looking at what can go wrong and instead what you can do, because that is what is with your power. Okay. Because there's a lot
Mhm.
we can't. I can't do a ton either, right? Like, I can't apply to be CEO of Microsoft. There's no way. But I can apply my recruiting skills to getting new clients, to helping people. So we need to focus on what you can do, and from there, find out how that can help. So I cannot help with all the
Mhm.
stuff, but at least I can help. And again, you need to take the small successes. You went from 0 interviews to 2 interviews. All right. That is a
Mhm.
leap. That's 200%. Technically, it's math doesn't work, but whatever. I'm a recruiter, not a mathematician. So that is what we need to focus on. Okay. What you can do. And we have
Mhm.
had success. You went from never thinking you get an interview to getting interviews. That is the first step. It is a long road, but it is a road you are walking. And that is good. Okay. And I want everybody in chat to give her a hand. So I don't know how to gently leave you out of this, so it may boot you, but thank you very much for
N-
joining, Painted. If anybody
Can I
else
ask
wants to
one
join,
question
yeah, yeah, go
first?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, So when I am interviewing for these jobs that I know I can't do, um, so like, say so one job for example is like refurbishing 3D printers. So I can do part of those jobs, but one of the things that they say is like absolute must is experience working on motherboards and being an expert in soldering. And I've never soldered in my life, and I don't do much with motherboards other than pull super glue out of them. So how
What
do
if
I
that's
like
all they need?
answer?
What if the job description's wrong? Like you are catastrophizing, but I have been in places where they wanted to hire someone with 8 years experience. And then I actually talked to them that went, well, I guess we really do need someone with a year. Right? Like
I mean,
I it's
they
not
they clarified like
all
they
right, so
really
here
need soldering.
that's okay. Then you use it as practice. It is not your job to discount yourself from jobs. It is your job to decide if you accept the offer. It is their job to decide if you are right for them. It is not your job to just to count yourself out unless you know you would not enjoy it or there's some other reason, okay? Let them decline
Mhm.
you. You're going to get a lot of rejections regardless. Don't reject yourself. Let them do it. And if they do reject you and you know you don't have experience, then that is a very, very good learning environment because that is a time where you can say, there's no way in hell I'm going to get this job anyway. Might as well practice everything else. And as Goblin and Chili said, and I have been in places, sometimes even though they say must do it, they can train you. And what you assume is their must isn't that difficult, right? Like they may be like, oh, can you, like it's the whole thing with like Excel. They're like, can you use Excel? Everyone thinks they need to be masters, but really you just need to do a little bit. So don't discount yourself. That is not your job as a candidate. You discount yourself if you know the job would not be right for you because financially, work environment, whatever. But do not don't go to an interview because you think they will reject you. Use it as practice, and you never know. They could say, you know what? We made a mistake. You are not right for this position, or hey, there's another position. So don't ever discount yourself. Let them do that. All right. The world's hard enough. You don't have to be harder on yourself. So look for what you can change. What you can change is going to those interviews, and they could screw up on that job, thing, say, oh, yeah, actually, that was a mistake. Right. Or, yeah, I guess we do, or we can train it. So keep going to those interviews. Right. Even if they're like that. So you need to keep pushing forward. It is a long path. We're having an ad soon. So that is my
Okay.
advice. And I hope that answered the question. And again, thank you very much for joining. It does take courage and you do have it.
Mhm.
So and yeah, Chili's right. Soldering
Thank
is
you.
like art. It's paint and stuff. So all right.
I think I could just press the yeah. There's like a button I can just press to leave.
Okay, cool. Then thank you very much. So
Mhm. Until next time.
until next time, and I'll see you in chat in like 2 seconds. So right. And is it work? Yes. Okay, cool. All right. We are having an does anybody else want to try that, by the way, for interview prep or anything else? Uh I would like to do that for others, but at least now we know that it works. If not, I will turn the music on. Also, we are having an ad shortly, and I am almost out of both water cups. All right, break time. Is this gonna play the music? Yes. Oh my gosh, that's loud in my headset. Okay, cool. I am gonna go get some more water. Uh, water time. I ran out of water. We're out of water, and I'm water. volume for music was way different than volume for that. Sorry. Also, yeah, I've heard a ton worse. You did not do that bad. Oh. All right. Sorry. Jerky. But that break would be longer. Huh. Yeah, sorry about that sound balance. I gotta figure that out. Chili Phil will hopefully help me out so I can make those separate. So far, they're coming out of the same source, and it's leading to loudness. So, sorry. You know what? I can turn... I'll do that later. Nope. Did I break it? No, next one. All right. All right, cool. Concola. So there was one other person who I said to do the resume before the break. And I did that with it is Words Unspoken. Are you here? Okay, cool. Yeah, it'll probably be this weekend or not, but we'll see. But Words Unspoken, if you were here, you're the next up, and then it's gonna be Concola. Also, Pimp Daddy, thank you very much. There's been a lot of people, so there's just people ahead of you, but I will see what I can do. I'm probably only going to do another 20, 30 minutes, at least until my girlfriend comes home, and then I'm going to spend time with her. So that is how long this stream is. Honestly, I think I might start streaming earlier. So maybe starting at 2:30 PST, so I could go later. But yeah, all right. Words Unspoken, if you are here, let me know. If not, then we will go with Concola. And let's see where you are. Concola. J. Concola. I cannot see chat while I do this because it has people's names and I am keeping them not doxing. So, right, yeah, Pim Daddy, just out of nowhere. So, all right. Let's see if this works. Man, that jerky was really good. All right. First name, last name. Okay, solid. Developed and launched. Might be too much, but still overall solid. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right. We've got another 30 seconds on Words Unspoken before I'm going to Concola. Also, Concola, this is a solid resume, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. But sorry. Concola. But yeah, this is pretty solid. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm starting to see it. Oh, I'm seeing the error in it. So, okay, cool. So, with Words Unspoken, if you are here, we will go back to you afterwards. But let me look at what you were looking for. Let's see. Concola is hybrid remote, intermediate software, senior software, hybrid remote in Quebec or Canada. Okay, cool. So, I do not know the Canadian market that well. So my low interview rate is with something much worse. Okay. I mean, look, anything below 50 interviews, 50 applications to an interview is actually pretty solid. I need to stop looking at myself in this. It's all right. Let me do this so I cannot look at myself. It's weird because I used to have to look at the model and now I don't look at the model anymore. So I keep looking and then I just looks like I'm looking in the corner. So, all right. Let's go with this. We are doing Quebec. I think actually that was where I made my one hire in Canada. It was for Agilent, the company I was with at the time. I don't remember the actual one. That was the only time I've ever done Canadian. Ever had a Canadian hire. So, so software developers. Okay, so we're just gonna do software developer, engineer, largely interchangeable. Let's see. So I do like most of your resume. And honestly, I think really the fixes are not going to be, sorry, still tough, that difficult. Oh, the music's not good. Sorry, put the music back. So, let me put this up. So, let's go back. Also, theoretically, we can move Vancouver or the U.S. if the offer is good. I mean, look, I'm always hesitant about moving for an offer because unless there's a clawback in the contract, that can leave you high and dry. So, but Now, if you were moving there in the first place, that's solid. So, overall, I like this. Okay, so you do not have a CS degree, correct? I'm assuming. I have too many cups. Design developed. Let's see. That's how you end up in Florida with someone saying, "What do you mean you were hired by us?" Yeah. I mean, look, I have an actual thing that happened to a person I knew. So I worked with this person who was a better recruiter than me, and I really hope I get to work with her again. She is one of the best recruiters I've ever worked with in my life. She's just crazy good. And she placed this person with a company, one of the ones we worked with as on a contract basis, and they moved there, and 3 weeks before they were supposed to start, after this person had signed a lease on the apartment, they canceled the position. And the recruiter obviously did not know. She is one of the kindest and best recruiters I know, and she wouldn't do anything. She worked with that person for another 2 to 3 weeks to find them another job, any job they had within the company that they couldn't, but did help him with the resume and kept doing what she could from her end. Eventually, it was good. He landed on his feet in another company, but that was brutal, and it wasn't her fault. But there was nothing she could do. Oh, music down. Sorry. Let's do. There we go. Is that better? But yeah, there is nothing she could do, and person moved across country, signed a lease, and then lost their job before it even started. So I would be very careful with that. If you are planning on moving to the US, then yes, I think it's a good deal. If you're planning to move to the area, or alternatively, you want to get the heck out of wherever you are, yes. But no, yeah, I mean they can file for unemployment, I believe, but it's still brutal. And if the recruiter known, she would not have worked on that, but she didn't. I don't even know if the manager knew. So just be very careful about that. And I've done relocation jobs. None of it's happened to any of mine, but that's more of a luck thing than anything. So yeah, I wish there was. Luckily, he did find employment, so I'm very glad the guy landed on his feet. So your resume is overall solid. I actually think your biggest issue is you are relying too much on this. I like this, okay? But we need to see it in the bullets. In addition, you say designed, developed, and launched 2 platform thing. I mean, we could just say developed and launched, right? I don't know the difference between designed and developed. Also, yeah, I wish they could do damages, but unfortunately it cannot. So I don't know the difference between designed and developed and launched, but I feel like you only need 2. 3 may be too much, but whatever, it's fine. Then launch 2 cross-platform apps, iOS and iPad. Okay, what we want is using X, Y, and Z that facilitated direct customer purchases of produce from farmers generating over 8K monthly. So, hold up, which I hope I'm saying that right. I probably am not, and I apologize if I'm not. That is how I want this. Again, you are missing the keywords because you only have them here. In addition, you were there for a year? You could do more than 2 bullets, right? You could do 3 or 4. That's solid. I assume you're trying to do it so that this stays better, but you can do that. In addition, I don't know what stack you're using. I know you're using AWS. I know you're using React. Because you're using Node.js, I'm assuming it's a JavaScript because that's part of that. Yeah, well, you don't need to keep it in one page. No, you can be fine. I mean, look, in addition, BS, this is fine having that at the bottom. Like, you don't need to fit it in one page. You just want to make sure the important information is up top. 2009, then August. That's kind of weird, but that worked. May, August. Yeah, I mean, look, like, I want to see the stack, okay? I want to say senior software developer. I want to know what stack it was, right? In addition, that is your primary issue, is you're missing keywords. Having them here is good. I want to be clear. I like this, but Don't use it as a crutch. If you only have them here, it's still bad. We need to have them in the bullets. You can have 2 or 3 bullets in this. That is fine. Boom. We'll have this. Software development engineer. You have a solid amount. And then developed critical invoice generation services using XYZ for validating and generating bills for every cloud customer. Processing terabytes of data and creating videos worth billions. Yeah, that's solid. That's a solid one. I mean, again, I think your big issue is just you need to put more of the actual stack that you're working with. And even now, I don't know what stack it is. I'm going to guess it's Java because that's what this is. But I want to hear too, right? What is the stack? What is your stack? I'm assuming it's Java. But I don't know. That's a guess. You don't want that. And honestly, that is probably your biggest issue, truthfully, is first off, the market is bad. The market is very bad for IT. But you're not saying what you are. I like iOS and Android, but I want to know what stack you are. That is one of the most important things that companies are looking for in this. They want to see that you've used it. And I'm assuming you use Node.js as it, maybe, but again, yeah, the thing was mainly Java. Okay. You can put it here, right? So Java. And then you can put whatever it is here. And then I want to see more keywords, right? I want to see how you used AWS. Typically, you want AWS up top along with whatever other thing you did. So that's ideal. In addition, this is one of the better intro sentences, and I think that's fine. I think that small little change may actually fix a lot with it, truthfully, because this is a lot of experience, which is really solid. Yeah, that's really it's a solid resume. You're just not showing the exact thing they're looking for, because I think even if we go here in Canada, we do Quebec. Let's look at Java, which I'm going. Well, I guess we could do Angular. What was it again? Also, Chiliphil, my mod, is actually learning Python, so I'm just going to brag about that because I think that's impressive. So that way he can fix my computer better. Not really. Well, I mean, he actually is. He's actually going to help me because he does know more about computers than me anyway. I swear I'm not tech illiterate. Yeah, look, React, Node, and TypeScript right here. This position might even be good for you, but you don't have it up front. TypeScript, Node, and React. Yeah, you have it at the bottom. Don't bury that. Your tech stack is one of the most important things in IT positions. Like this. They want to know that you use that. And look, even that, collaborative team, Nest.js, React, they want to see this. And then let's see, senior full stack developer, PHP, whatever. MySQL, Word, I don't even know where Java is in this, but senior backend engineer, Canada remote, REST APIs, Swagger databases, NoSQL, yep, AWS. Yeah, so you're just burying the actual skill. I know the later it goes, the more tired I get, but I don't think there's a ton I can really need to work with here. This is just it's almost good. That sounded way meaner than I meant it to, and I'm sorry. It's just you're burying this stuff. This is what's important, right? Your projects to you are important, to be clear. What you did was important, but managers may not know that. Recruiters may not know that. And normally I do say, make the brag, do that. But what they really care is that you used Java on a thing that got 8K in monthly revenue, right? Like, that's solid. The user base, as everybody just laughs at my insult, and I'm sorry. So, Uncola, that is what I will say is you just need to put your tech stack. That's primarily where you're going wrong, truthfully. But other than that, it's a solid resume. I mean, there's not a ton. You just need to pepper in your tech stack. That's kind of it. Mentor new hires and junior developers in AWS, Java, whatever. Again, don't let me lie for you, but whatever it actually is. So, mentored junior developers in what? That's impressive. That shows that you were so good you were teaching other people. So, does that make sense? In addition, if you want to, we can do the whole mock interview thing again. if you want. So I learned from other people's accent and rough comments. It's yeah. I hope I did not scare you away. I wanted to be honest so that you would be able to change it so that you were able to get the position. But yeah, I'll add more stack and built in. The sieve is yeah. I mean, honestly, again, I don't want to be like, aha, terrible. Like, you're very close. Like, you needed that one little piece, and I think that helps. You just need to pepper it throughout that. So, did anybody else want interview prep? I got maybe a little bit longer. Let's see. Maybe another 10, 20 minutes. So maybe another that or another resume if anybody wants it. But what should I go an extra hour earlier? Maybe. Um, would people like it if I started at 2:30 PST instead of 3:30 PST? Admittedly, I'm asking everybody who's here later, but because I do want to start like streaming longer eventually. Although the first thing is to work out how to get a friggin' fan in this room. Jeez Louise, man. But overall, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say besides that. These are pretty solid. You're just missing that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, that's really good. I mean, that's a lot of good stuff. Node, Angular. Okay. I think the order of the skills is also because TypeScript, Node.js, Angular, like what they're really looking for is this should be closer to the top. Like AWS, you want pretty much right after the actual language you work with. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I'm going to start doing more. It's just when I'm doing more and what, or slowly work up to it kind of thing. So, but yeah, overall, because what you want to do, right, is look for jobs that you would like, and then look at what they have, and these are the most important ones. In this case, it would be REST APIs and SQL, but there was this one. I don't know if you would like this position or not, but I'm just going to link this for you in case. You might have this experience, right? Looks like you already have it. Just need to do that in and apply as soon as you can. Trying to think if you can fix your resume in the next 20 minutes and 30 and then put it. Actually, you know what? No, it is late. I think you have at least until early tomorrow. So this one should be good because I hope no recruiter is checking this at whatever 6 o'clock Canada time is. So, but yeah, overall, like, yeah, solid. I mean, that's really good. If I find any IT thing that can, I might actually contact you, but I don't know if I'm gonna have it in the area that you're in an expertise of. So, yeah, Anybody else want any assistance? We are approaching the end of the stream, but I want to try to at least sneak in some last help. But man, good resume overall. Like, you're missing that one key. It's really, you missed the salt, but the dish is otherwise good. So, all right, I'm gonna stop mentioning this one because I feel like I'm just being insulting for some reason, which I'm not trying to. Just brain no work at this late. All right, done. Let me do this over here. See, do that over there. I'll be happy you can look at mine. Okay, cool. Let me do a double check. Again, the later it goes, the less the less I'm able to sometimes do because brain doesn't like looking at resumes all the time can break my brain. Speaking and helping for 2 hours plus is tiring. I like doing it. I just want to be clear. I just don't like giving bad advice. So not a fan of bad advice. That is my goal to not do it. Okay, good. Led 4 teams. Okay, solid. All right. And then you were looking for spacecraft mechanical. Okay. Led 4 teams of 25 engineers in R&D. Design, manufacturing, and create novel drones using wings for flight, owning the product lifecycle, modeled and improved various components in SolidWorks. So I want to double check something real quick. Is last time, and I'm trying to remember, were you not looking for management jobs? You were looking more for hands-on stuff rather than management? I believe that was you, but I don't remember. Understandable. Have a nice day. So, yes. Okay, so All right. In that case, I want to change this. So I don't. My brain is not okay. MATLAB. That okay. So instead, again, I don't want to lie, but let's find out what we can do. Product life cycle. Okay. So, did you train them? Like, did you teach them whatever skills and stuff? I don't know the mechanical engineering. Brain not working, but there. Okay, hold on. Okay, you did train them. All right. So my girlfriend is home. Bear, go, go, go. I'm going to at least finish this out, and then I will go hang out with her and play Final Fantasy. So, all right, no ad. You do not come here. I have 15 minutes of skips, and I am going to use them. So, I want to know if we can change this. So, I would say instead of led 14s, trained. Was it 25 engineers total? Yeah, trained 25 engineers in R&D. Let's see. I taught them basically everything about the drones and software. Okay, so you're gonna have to change this, but I want to change how this works. Instead of led 4 teams, I'm actually going to de-skill you, and instead say trained 25 engineers in X, Y, and Z for our drones. Uh, while let's see, creating the code or whatever it is, right? You're gonna have to change this because I'm trying to switch from IT to engineering, which both can kind of go in together. There's some melding there with Python. Train 25 engineers in XY for our drones. For our drones to create novel wings for flight. While let's see, train 25 engineers in X and Y for our drone. Let's see, X and Y. While, right? So this week we do this while. The brain. Okay, I'm just gonna give myself a second to think. Train. So which order would be better? I'm gonna try both and see which one I like. Okay. So while, I guess creating and designing. Again, don't let me lie for you. You're gonna have to redo this. Designing novel wings for flight in our company's original drones. Okay, so that is sentence 1. And then sentence 2 would be designed and created novel wings for flight using X, Y, and Z for our company's drones while owning the product life cycle and teaching 25 other engineers how to X. So these are the two I'm going between, which is train 25 engineers in X, Y, and Z while creating and designing novel wings for our flight and our company's drones, or alternatively, designed and created novel wings for flight using X, Y, and Z for our company's drones while owning the product lifecycle and teaching 25 engineers how to X so that Y. I think this last one is the way we go. So, again, I do not want to lie for you. If that is a lie, we do not put it. But from my understanding, that is the way to do it so that it focuses more on your instructional and actual creation and hands-on stuff rather than just your management. Again, you're going to have to really wordsmith it, but I want to use that format. Does that make sense? And hopefully is not a lie. It's very difficult. And this is also why I can't do it without people's input, because like I can't lie for people because then it just looks bad. But like I am not a professional in it, so professional recruiter, not engineer. Okay, cool. So that is how I would do that. Second, solid. I don't have a thing on the second one. Let's see. Utilized additive manufacturing, laser cutting, shop system, mechanical, enabling graphic. Okay. That fine compared mechanism innovation to improve drone starts. We have MATLAB. We have LabVIEW. That is gonna shut out for a recruiter. That's fine. Research team member. Yeah. it's good. Uh, maybe add a skill section and take out 1 or 2 bullets. I don't know which one. Uh, but yeah, that is how I would do that. So this is what we use right there, and I think that should be good. Come back again just in case my less tired brain can catch something. But don't worry, this is what I do. Like I have gotten people jobs because I honestly, no one's as tough, and I hope this doesn't come back to but like nurses overall have the worst resumes, and I have had to teach nurses how to write a resume, and because of that, I got them a lot of jobs, even though it was basically the same as this. So, but yeah, if you have two different things, you have to sort of pick a lane. So if you went management, we would completely change how this is. In addition, if we could maybe add 1 or 2 bullets to this, a skills section down here and maybe take out 1 or 2 of these bullets. I don't know which ones we'd take out, but that would probably be it. So, just because there's a lot here, um, which is, it's still, admittedly, you were there for about 2 years, a little bit over 2 years. And the second one, you've also there for 2 years. But it's kind of weird that this one has like 20 bullets and this one only has 2. So, but come back on Thursday again with some changes. That's about all my brain can handle. But yeah, I will see you all on Thursday, and I'm glad the face reveal worked. But thank you very much, everybody. I will. There's always somebody new that joins right when I'm about to head out. Oh, Bank. Hi. Welcome to the channel. I'm about to head out. I will be back Thursday. I help people with resumes and how to get jobs, basically. So, thank you very much. I'm sorry, Parkas, you just joined right when I was about to head out. And I think I do have still your resume. Come back on Thursday. I will help you there. So, it's got like a couple of seconds, but yeah, too late. Yeah, I will hopefully be able to stay a little later next time. I'm trying to work on my stamina for this, but considering I have to continuously think and do stuff, it takes its toll. Again, I enjoy it. I don't want you to be like, oh, poor Gunther. It's just, I hate giving bad advice. That is my one fear, is to give somebody bad advice. Is that, like, if they follow my instructions and end up worse, I do not want that. So, but yeah, come back next. Let me know. Yeah, streaming is very taxing. Especially talking. It's actually easier now because I don't have to, like, do the keywords to get the little avatar to do the thing. But, man, it's a lot. Anyway. Uh, I will talk to you all on Thursday, 3:30 PST until whenever. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I am here to get you more interviews and more offers. And signing off. See you then. Oh, no. Now signing off. See you then.